But really all they're doing is taking your money. They're just there to build more churches, have more people come and spend more money at their churches. Have you seen these fucking mega churches? They're bigger than a mall. They're huge and they have all these amenities that you can spend your money at. And then after spending your money at those, you're gonna go to your communion or your fucking whatever they call it. The pastor's gonna preach to you and then he's gonna ask you to donate to them after you just spent however much money just fucking around at the church. And then they don't have to pay taxes on any of that money. That's just going directly into their pocket for whatever they want to do with it. For the longest time, I was just like anti-spiritual, anti-God. I was very atheist, super like rationalist, very the world is the way we see it. You're kind of delusional or it's wishful thinking if you believe in God or an afterlife or anything like that. And especially the religions, like any specific religion, like obvious bullshit. And I've turned my back on a few of those ideas, but one of them has stuck for sure. I've changed my mind about spirituality, about God, about afterlife and stuff like that. For me, at the current moment in time, I personally believe that it's more likely that God and an afterlife exists than they don't. That's where I sit right now. However, religion, bullshit. All of them. I think it's so arrogant and assumptive to presume that people on earth could figure out the one way that God exists. You know, that is the way. All these other religions have, you know, figured something out, but our way is the way. This is the religion, you know? How ignorant, how arrogant. Basically, all these religions are saying the same thing in different words. They're all the same stories of wisdom, essentially. They all just call it different things. And they're mad at each other. They kill each other because you don't believe in my God and I don't believe in your God. When they're the same thing, they just have different words associated with them. And what I find really fucking annoying is when someone asks you, do you believe in Jesus? You know, and they say it in a way that they're like above you. They believe that you don't believe in Jesus and they think that makes them better than you. And you're like, okay, I don't believe in Jesus, but I believe in God. And they're like, I've literally said that before. And the response I got was, how? What do you mean? How is that possible? People are so one-track minded that they think their religion is the only religion. Like Christianity is the only thing in which God can exist. The concept of God does not exist outside of Christianity. It's like so absurd. Like, broaden your horizons. If you just learn about some of these other religions, you'll be like, whoa, why do I think mine's the right one? Because my parents told me? Because like society believes in it? Like my local culture says that this is the religion. So therefore it's probably right. The people around me are right and the people that aren't around me are wrong. Obviously that logic doesn't hold up. That doesn't make any sense. Everybody thinks that they have the right one. Is the most wise like stance on it not to say that like, yes, God exists, but not in the form that any of you say? How can any of you earthly people presume to know what God is and what God says? God says this, or this is the word of God. And what they're doing there is just misinterpreting something that someone really actually connected to God way back when, made the connection to, and then over years and years of the institutionalization of that idea and just generations upon generations of bastardizing it. And then you end up with today's religions of everybody like warring against, hating each other's religions. And like, do you think that's the point of your religion or their religion? Do you think any of these religions would want that? Do you think that's what the goal is? Like, mine is right and theirs is wrong. Do you think that's what the original prophet of your religion had in mind? I guarantee you Jesus was just a cool dude that was just talking to people and like, dude, you can love each other. Like, none of this fighting and all this bullshit, none of this makes sense. We should love each other. And, you know, God loves you and you're going to go home to see him when we're done. Don't care about like fucking people over and trying to get the most you can in this life because that's not what you actually want. Like, that's what they're saying, man. They're not saying, listen to me, worship me, specifically me. Like, these prophets, like, they wouldn't have been prophets if they were saying that. People would not have followed them if they were like, yo, I'm the right one. You know what I'm saying? So like, when you think of it that way, you're like, obviously the original person that started this whole thing, whether it be Buddha, fucking, Jesus, Muhammad, whoever, I don't know all the prophets, right? But like, whoever started it was just a dude that met God legit and tried to explain that to people in a certain way. And that way became the religion because people interpret it but don't fully understand it exactly how it was like portrayed because human words do not 100% accurately depict your emotions and your feelings. So like after many versions of interpretation of that, it gets bastardized, it gets changed, and like all these random little rules come out of like he said this one time and that got translated 4 different times and now it means a completely different thing than what he intended it to. You know, like the Bible's like, don't mark your skin, like don't mark your skin, don't get tattoos, and it says all kinds of shit. Don't shave your beard, and like I can't remember all the crazy shit, but I guarantee you all that shit was like very specific stuff for a very specific situation in their cultural context back then that made sense to them. And then we just interpreted that and followed it all the way down the line, and now it means you can't cut your beard or you're sinning and you'll go to hell. Just think about that. Is that fucking logical? Does that make any sense to you? Anyway, this is something that just pisses me off. I fucking hate religion because it passes itself off as this thing that is so perfect and so like better than you and like welcoming, but really all they're doing is taking your money. They're just there to build more churches, have more people come and spend more money at their churches. Have you seen these fucking mega churches? They're bigger than a mall. They're huge and they have all these amenities that you can spend your money at. And then after spending your money at those, you're going to go to your communion or your fucking whatever they call it, and the pastor's going to preach to you, and then he's going to ask you to donate to them after you just spent however much money just fucking around at the church. And then they don't have to pay taxes on any of that money. That's just going directly into their pockets for whatever they want to do with it. And there's like, I'm not saying that everybody in Christianity or in organized religion is evil. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it creates this system in which it incentivizes evil people to attach themselves to it and work their evil through rose-tinted glasses version of it, like trying to portray that it's really actually a good thing I'm doing, but really I'm sinning harder than any of you. I forget that motherfucker's name, but that evangelical preacher, or like, what do you call it? I can't remember what the fucking word is, but a TV pastor, right? He looks like the fucking devil. He literally looks like Satan. His face is so contorted and twisted and evil looking. He has like all these mansions and private jets and fucking all kinds of shit, but he's preaching religious doctrine, which is the complete opposite of that. It's so absurd. And then you get like, I'm not going to try to get political here, but you get like all the people that are on the far right that are like super Christian, and they'll be the first to say like, love your neighbor and treat people well and blah, 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 blah. But then as soon as someone that isn't like them wants to talk to them or needs their help or like just wants to be treated like a normal human being in a public place, like, oh, you're not like me though. Well, yeah, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about people like me, like white people that I like, that are like me. And again, I'm not trying to say all far right people are racist or anything like that. I'm not trying to get political, but I'm saying like there's a certain type of people that attach themselves to religion because it makes them feel good about themselves, but really they're terrible fucking people. They're horrible. And religion attracts them because it says, hey, you can judge people all you want. Like, it doesn't say that, but this is how they interpret it. You can judge people all you want because you're better than them. If you believe in God, then you're better than them, and you can judge them and look down upon them. It's just gross. It's just fucking gross. If you subscribe to a religion, I implore you to, like, just investigate that. Like, investigate why you believe in that religion. You might have legit steps that led you to that religion, right? I'm not saying that all followers of any given religion are bad or stupid or evil, but I think it does almost indoctrinate people. In order to make sure that you're not being indoctrinated, you should just look back and say, when did I start believing in this? And why did I start believing in this? And then, is it a reasonable thing for me to continue believing? Are there better options for me, like adjacent options that are similar but less specific, right? Like, I feel like you can totally believe in all the same things: love, good, God, all that stuff, afterlife, and like treating people nice and all that stuff without a religion. You don't need a religion to believe in that stuff. For me, it makes more sense that we wouldn't have figured it out. If there is a God, then it's insane to me to think that we have figured it out on Earth. Like, there's no way we figured it out. If he does exist, it's way beyond our comprehension. But yeah, just explore that. Is it because you were born into a family that is Christian or Muslim or whatever, and they made you believe that, and like you never really fully question it, or you're scared to question it because your family will ostracize you? Think for yourself, man. Think for yourself.